Hey, what's up internet? My name is Nikki and today I will be recommending my top 5 movies that put me in the Halloween spirit. Technically there are 7 movies on this list, but I'll get into that more into the video. Starting off with number 5, Beetlejuice. This movie, I don't know about you guys, but always puts me in the Halloween mood strictly because it is about the afterlife, it's about death and ghosts and stuff like that, and it's so creepy and good, and especially the soundtrack for this movie is amazing. If you don't know what this movie is about, it follows a married couple, Barbara and Adam, who die in a car accident. They find themselves stuck, haunting their country residents, unable to leave the house. When the unbearable Ditzies and teen daughter Lydia end up moving into the home, the Miltons attempt to scare them away without success. And this is where we end up attracting Beetlejuice, a rambunctious spirit whose help quickly becomes dangerous for the Miltons and innocent Lydia. So it's a really interesting take on a haunting of a house, because instead of getting the living side, you get the dead side of the whole situation, and I love it. It's a funny and I guess a feel-good movie. I do admit, when I was younger, it did scare me just a tad bit, just because of like the whole animation of the movie, but I love it overall. It always puts me in the Halloween mood. Number 4, Scream. This is the 1996 Wes Craven slasher flick, which I love a lot because it plays on every trope that comes from slasher flicks. It tells you how to survive a slasher film, which I love because it plays on the fact that it's real life when technically it's a movie, and I just love it a lot. And if you don't know, if you haven't seen this movie, like, why not go for it? It's a really good Halloween-like movie. So if you're not convinced, let me read you the synopsis. The sleepy little town of Woodsboro just woke up screaming. There's a killer in the mist who's seen a few too many scary movies. Suddenly, nobody's safe as the psychopath stalks his victims, taunts them with trivial questions, and then rips them to bloody shreds. It could be anybody, and it is a great and awesome movie. And you have a very young Drew Barrymore, which I don't know why, but I really love that few opening credits with her in it. It's just, I don't know, it sets the movie, and it's great. I love it. Number 3, Ginger Snaps. I love this movie a lot. I realize a lot of people don't know this movie, especially if they're not into horror. It's not really scary. It's just really, I don't know how to say it without spoiling. It is a werewolf movie, and it's really, really good. It centers sort of around Halloween time, so it's a fall-ish kind of movie. So yeah, this movie centers around 2 outcast sisters, Ginger and Bridget, in the mindless suburban town of Bailey Downs. On the night of Ginger's first period, yes, you heard that right, first period, she is savagely attacked by a wild creature. Ginger's wounds miraculously heal, but something is not quite right. Now Bridget must save her sister and save herself as well. So this is really creepy. It revolves around 2 sisters, like I said, and their bond is kind of very, very weird, and something ends up happening to her older sister, Ginger, and it's really, really good. And like I said, it's not really a spoiler saying it's werewolves, because for some reason they have an obsession with werewolves and death and stuff in the movie, so you get a lot of that in the first few minutes. I do admit it is a trigger warning, because for some reason the opening credits revolve around suicide, and it's just really, really dark. So yeah, but I do like it. Halloweenish. If you're not too squeamish, go for it. Number 2, Nightmare on Elm Street. This came out in 1984. This, once again, is a Wes Craven movie, which I think you might already see a pattern with me in Wes Craven. I love Wes Craven movies a lot. But Nightmare on Elm Street is one of my favorite movies of all time, but it is not one of my number 1 picks for Halloween. I enjoy this movie because, once again, it plays on nightmares, and nightmares are scary and kind of do put me in a Halloween kind of mood. So that's why it's on my list. So if you don't know what Nightmare on Elm Street is, let me read you a quick synopsis, and it starts off with several Midwestern teenagers fall prey to Freddy Krueger, a disfigured midnight man-killer who preys on teenagers in their dreams, which in turn kills them in reality. After investigating the phenomena, Nancy begins to suspect the dark secrets kept by her and her friends' parents may be the key to unraveling the mystery. But can Nancy and her boyfriend Glenn solve the puzzle before it's too late? Dun dun dun! And considering with that conclusion, you can already guess that maybe Nancy's plan did not actually work, since there's like what, 9 different forms of Nightmare on Elm Street. It's a really good movie. I suggest it if you want a really good scare, a classic slasher flick, go for it. I love this movie a lot. Number 1. I kind of split this in half because most people don't like horror movies and some people do. So the first one is not really a horror movie, and that is Halloween Town. And I say all 4 movies just because they are fun kid movies and I love watching these movies, even reminiscing about my childhood. Granted, they're a little bit slow and shorter than I remember them to be. They're an hour and some change, which kind of shocks me because I'm like, I thought they were longer when I was younger. But I guess because my extension span was like this small. So yeah. Anyhow, Halloween Town. I love these movies because it actually revolves around a town that's all about Halloween. And I really do enjoy this because we end up following a young girl who ends up finding out that she is a witch on Halloween Day. But her mother does not want anything to do with this and tells her grandmother that she has to leave, that she shouldn't even tell her children that they are some form of witches. So she ends up deciding that her mom can't control her anymore, so she ends up sneaking away to try to visit her grandmother. But what she does not know is her grandmother lives in Halloween Town, which is a town that's Halloween every single day of the year. And it's a great little movie. I really enjoyed it a lot because it's Halloween themed, and it was an amazing movie. I do admit the theater scene still scares me to this day for some reason. I don't know what it is, but it's a freaky little movie and I like it, and it's really cute and sweet, and if you like Halloween, go for it. It's enjoyable. So now moving into horror. My top number 1 horror movie that I love to watch during October or Halloween Day, and that is Trick or Treat. This movie came out in 2007, and sometimes I get surprised because a lot of people don't know about this movie, especially when they're into really horror-based movies. So this movie is actually multiple stories in one. So let me read you the synopsis real quick. Interwoven stories demonstrate that some traditions are best not forgotten as the residents of a small town face real ghosts, goblins on Halloween. Tales of terror reveal the consequences of extinguishing a jack-o'-lantern before midnight, a grumpy hermit's encounter with a sinister trick-or-treater. So it's really interesting. I really love this movie because it plays on all the rules that you should follow during Halloween, and not like, oh, movie standards, but just in general, like urban legends of things of why you should do certain things on Halloween, or sort of explains like certain traditions of why we used to do this. So I love it a lot. It kind of educates you, but at the same time gives you a little scares here and there, and it's really good. I do admit there is one scene that I do not like whatsoever because it's a little too gory for me, and I'm just gonna say it's something to do with a lollipop. If you have not seen that part, then oh my goodness. So it's my ultimate favorite movie. I say go watch it. It's a great movie. If you're sort of a scaredy cat, I say leave the lights on when you're watching it because it's really good, and it would actually put you in the Halloween spirit and actually teach you a thing or two about some Halloween traditions that you should probably not fail. So yeah. So now into my bonus round. If you've been counting, you know that I've talked about 6 movies and I said that there are 7 on this list. This is my bonus round, and the reason why I didn't really put it in my list is because it's not really a full-on Halloween-like movie. It only has some aspects of Halloween, and it's sort of a fall/winter kind of theme movie that I love to watch this time of the year, and that is Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone. I love this movie a lot. It always puts me in a good felt like fall kind of mood slash Christmassy mood because we get a Halloween scene in Harry Potter, and of course it's about witches and magic and stuff like that, which always puts me in the fall mood, and also the Christmas mood because, well, there's that really awesome snow scene in the movie. If you haven't seen it yet, I say go for it. It's a really good heartfelt warm thing. So if you do not like horror movies whatsoever, you could try out Beetlejuice, Halloween Town, or Harry Potter to put you somewhat of a fall mood. And of course there are my horror recommendations that always put me in the Halloween mood. So that is it for my Halloween recommendations. Just out of curiosity, what movie puts you in the Halloween mood? I would like to know. Tell me in the comments below. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more, please subscribe. If not, that's cool. I usually try to upload Monday, Wednesdays, or Fridays. So yeah, I catch you later. Whoop, bam!
Spooky, scary skeletons and shivers down your spine.